And with that, Matt Hasselbeck is joining us. So I got to start with this. As somebody who played in the NFL for 18 years, how do you view preseason? What does it mean to you?
I always thought it was really important. And I understand that I was a 6th-round pick and a guy that needed preseason games. My first year in the NFL, I was with the Green Bay Packers. We actually played 5 preseason games because we played in the American Bowl in Tokyo against the Kansas City Chiefs. And I needed it. I mean, I needed those reps. I needed those opportunities to make the team. And the funny thing is myself and a few of the guys in my draft class, we didn't even make the team. We were guys like me were put on the practice squad for a while and then eventually made the team. So developmentally, I think it's really important. I would also say this, that I've never heard anyone say this year. There's 21 new offensive coordinators in the NFL. These coaches need preseason. These coaches need to get the mechanics of who's on the headset, who's in the booth, who's on the sideline. I remember Mike McDonald, who's an amazing head coach, had never been a head coach, had never been with that group of coaches before. I remember after his first preseason game, it was a debacle on the headsets. They had to work out the kinks. And so like even the best of the best need preseason. Tom Brady was playing when I was playing. He loved the preseason. My dad played with Phil Simms. That dude, Bill Parcells, would have him in the 4th quarter of games in the preseason. I think there's value in it. Joint practices have kind of replaced it for coaches because you can keep them away from the quarterback, quote unquote. But some form of like the best versus the best in a game-like situation is really important for evaluation.
No, I also thought as I was watching, the Rams, and I'm seeing Dean Connors, an undrafted running back, catching balls out of the backfield. I'm like, God, if I was a general manager, I'm like, if McVey likes him, if he gets let go. I mean, do you ever remember playing with anybody in your career that maybe was undrafted or a late round pick, Matt, and you're like, oh my God, this guy's really good?
100%. I mean, really good. There were guys that were uncoverable and almost like, hey, let's hide him from people. Like, we don't want him to know. Or a guy would have a great game against somebody. And, pregame, the scouts, what are they doing? They're just standing around talking to the other team scouts and like, hey, we need an extra D lineman. And he's like, you guys look like you need an extra wide receiver. That guy looks good for you. This guy looks, hey, let's do a trade. Or, maybe it's like you talk about him, you love him up, you trust your guy, and then he's on the waiver wire and you sign the guy. 100%. That happens all the time. And I think coaches even say that, especially special teams coaches going into a preseason game, like, hey, this is an audition for us. It's also an audition for the rest of the league. I don't want to say you're a mercenary, like a hired gun that way, because you're a team, but it's a real thing. It's a real thing that is talked about in locker rooms.
I thought Fernando Mendoza, again, it's a couple of drives. My take is he's big. Here's what I know from college. Big, smart, accurate, and he's not a dink and dunk guy. Almost at Cal, he threw the ball down the field enough to get interceptions. I like what I saw. Do you take anything from it?
Yeah, I am going that the conviction of Clint Kubiak is going to be tested because he looks the part. I mean, the 3rd and 8s, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7, he was so cool, so in control. I think there's so much to like there. Now, he's got to learn to protect himself a little bit more. And I think that's one of the many reasons why Kirk Cousins should be the starting quarterback this year. I mean, I said it to you a long time ago. Yeah. Kirk Cousins is going to be the starting quarterback week 1. And they're going to protect their investment of Fernando Mendoza. They know how good he is, but they're going to build the roster. They're going to get better as they go. Hopefully at wide receiver, they're going to solidify the offensive line. This young quarterback's going to realize he's not at Indiana anymore. He can't just take off and run and take hits. He can't do the spin move on 3rd down and take an unnecessary hit. He's going to watch from Kirk Cousins, who does it, in my opinion, does the little things as good as anybody. And I think this is a great thing for the Raiders if they stick to their conviction.
By the way, he pats the ball a little bit, and I was like, I got to ask Hasselbeck about that. I think you can get into habits. I think that's nerves. I saw him a couple of times pat the ball, and I'm like, is that him or is that nerves?
So here's the thing on patting the ball. Sometimes it can be like a binky, a pacifier that, you know, as a toddler, you think you need it and you really don't need it. It's just a comfort thing. But at the same time, it could be a bad habit, but it also can be a weapon that you use. Joe Montana, Tom Brady, some of the best, they would pat the ball as they would go through their progression, and it would almost make it harder for the zone defenders that are watching their eyes and they're watching them take their left hand off the ball. So if you're using it to your advantage, it's a good thing. Most young quarterbacks don't use it as an advantage. It's just the binky. And you need to, you know, the binky fairy needs to come in the middle of the night, and you need to lose the binky in most cases.
Now, I didn't think the Giants looked great. They didn't play their left tackle. I actually think between Scadaboo, I think Malachi Fields from Notre Dame at 6'4", I thought he was the best third-round pick. If Neighbors comes back, I think the kid from Isaiah likely from Baltimore, I think is a real player, can be a volume receiver. I like them. But it does bother me. There's a brand now. There is a trend that, once again, Jackson Dart gets smoked and he's in the tent. Now, we can immediately say, well, the running back missed his block, but it wasn't a blindside thing. To me, I watched it and I'm like, okay, dude, you were in it 5 times last year. You got smoked again. I do feel like there are quarterbacks. I've seen this with Geno Smith. I'm like, you get hit too hard, too often. Do some guys just not see it?
I have no issue. I love Jackson Dart. He's fun to watch. Plays a lot like Josh Allen to me. I have no problem with how he plays the game. I have a problem how he lays on the ground. Dude, body language, man. Like, you lay down on the ground like you were dead.
I know.
It was like a knockout punch. You wonder why you were in the blue tent. You were in the blue tent because you stayed on the ground like you were sleeping. That's why you were in the blue tent. Like, they probably called timeout. And so I love him. I think he's got a bright future. I'm a fan, but like, don't let him see you sweat. Don't let the defense know. Like, you're probably mad somebody missed their block. You know, I would say it kind of was a blindside block to the blindside hit to the right, but get up. Like, I always tried to get up, and I hit like that. I always tried to get up before the guy that sacked me. Like, that was like in my mind. You know, I watched Brett Favre do it. I thought it was the greatest passive aggressive move ever. Andrew Luck would get up and congratulate the guy. Hey, great. That was a great hit. Good job. You know, like, don't let him know that it bothered you. You laid out there like, you know, they're going to stop the fight. So, you know, you want to solve that problem, just get up, man. Get up quick. That's all you got to do.
Okay, so Arizona, 2 of their top 4 picks are already out for the season. So I felt, I know, with injuries, and I kind of felt like they were trying to, like, win the day. Like, Jeremiyah Love, 23 snaps, 14 touches. I'm like, guys, I know you paid him $53 large in a signing bonus. I know everybody else is hurt. You're not winning the division. Do not get him hurt. I watched that game, and I'm sitting there watching thinking, get him out of the game, because he took a shot on a spin move, and I'm like, get him out of the game, or am I being overprotective here?
No, I mean, some of it, he's got to protect himself. You know, you mentioned the spin move. I'm too old to know this. I think it's the B button when you're playing like video games now, the spin move. He was hitting the spin move way too much. I mean, everything was a spin move. It was like he was trying to do the Saquon Barkley reverse jump, like he was setting it up or something. So some of it, I think it's just like, hey, get downhill. You know, you don't need to fight for that extra 1 inch, you know, sometimes. Understand that it is a preseason game. We want you to get north and south. You know, I was around a coach one time. What would he say? He would say, hey guys, we want to be on 405 or I-5, not I-90. You know what I mean? Like, let's go this way, not that way. There's an element of that with the spin move. But yeah, you got to protect your investment. I would say this though, it's good that he got dinged up with the ankle early in the preseason rather than late in the preseason, because this is something that, you know, I don't think will affect him going once the regular season starts.
So I tend to believe when it comes to quarterbacks, your coaches will tell me what they think of you by what you can handle, right? Like, I mean, Mahomes in his prime, like Andy Reid's like, if you throw 44 times, whereas in Philadelphia, you can tell they feel more comfortable if Jalen throws 26 times. I watched Ty Simpson. They threw it 25 times. Screens, seams, deep. Like, they just emptied the playbook with him. And I was like, well, that tells me either they wanted to see stuff or they trusted him, maybe?
It tells me that Sean McVey is the absolute best play caller when it comes to being quarterback friendly. That dude is amazing. And Ty Simpson looked awesome, but it was turn your brain off plays in the whole first half. It was a naked bootleg screen. Like, for a quarterback, naked bootlegs are the easiest play you could mentally, the easiest play that you could run. We've all been doing them since high school, and that's what it was. High completion percentage, fits into the run game. It's O-line friendly. You're on the road. You're backed up. That's what it was. Go watch all of his passes early in the games, all naked bootlegs. And then in the fourth quarter, he's out there just playing ball. He looked like Dan Marino, slicing and dicing, like seam balls and getting through his progression, number 5. Like, it was really impressive, but he got comfortable. He got a lather going in his pads. He took a couple, I wouldn't even say hits. They were like pushes. So to me, that was a clinic by Sean McVay of how to handle a young quarterback. So many coaches in the NFL get it wrong. They don't know what they're doing. They want to sound smart. They want to look how smart I am to all their peers. Sean McVay's like, I don't care. I'm going to run high school Harry plays. We're going to do them really, really well. And our quarterback's going to be comfortable, and everyone's going to be like, hey, we're not even talking about this dude. This dude's our rock solid number 2, probably the heir apparent now. We're good. Awesome job by Sean McVay and Ty Simpson.
So there are, I tend to really like players who are workmanlike and durable. And I like DJ Moore a lot, but I did think Chicago getting Roma Dunze, Luther Burden, Colston Loveland, and Caleb's young. I thought, you know what? Generationally, DJ's the veteran. Let's just grow with the kids. They got a young tackle at left tackle, young tackle at right tackle. It's a very young offense. And my take is DJ Moore's kind of aged out of this group, but he never misses a start. He's a total pro. You don't see him in trouble. He's just a very durable guy. So when he goes to Buffalo, because his numbers had gone down slightly, and my argument is that's because Chicago's got so many good young weapons at, tight end and running back. I watched him and Josh Allen, and my take was they're just smart veteran guys. It's not going to take that long. You tell me. When you got an older receiver, how long did it take you?
I mean, you brought this up last week. I did not like seeing DJ Moore leave Chicago. I mean, respect. I have 2 words that would come to mind when I hear DJ Moore's name. I think respect. The defense respects that dude. They play off of that guy. They do not, they don't want to tackle him. They don't want to cover him. And then the other word is smile. Did you see the smile on Josh Allen's face when he gets asked questions about DJ Moore? He's like, yeah, this is the guy. I want to get it to him early and often. Like, he's a weapon. He's a problem for people. They're going to be a really, really fun offense to watch. Yeah. I think DJ Moore is going to be great for Josh Allen. I also know, having been around it, to answer your question about veteran receivers, they elevate the professionalism, the production, like all this great stuff you're looking for of younger players in that room. Like you watch the Seahawks on Hard Knocks, like it's impossible not to see the impact that Cooper Kupp is having on the room. Yeah. So to think that DJ Moore's not going to have an impact on Keon Coleman, like on when plays break down, like it's going to happen. I mean, it's such a good thing for the Bills. I think in a weird way, this could be a win-win situation for the Bears and the Bills, but if I had to give the win to somebody, I like this for the Bills a lot.
I was funny. I went to the Bears Cleveland game, and I went downstairs on the field because I'm, VIP level guy. So I get down on the field, and I was telling my producers, like, you're bigger than me. You're a pro athlete, right? I'm 6'2", $190, pretty ripped, but whatever. So I go on the field. And I'm sitting there with a buddy, and I'm like, every fan should go on the field. The size of defensive ends now and tight ends. I mean, this Stanford rookie for Chicago, this tight end is like 6'5", 250. He's like 22 years old, and I'm like, he looks like a lumberjack. When you go on the field, do you ever think to yourself, you know what? I'm glad I retired. I think players are getting bigger.
I remember at the end of my career, I'd play in the preseason. Andrew Luck was the starter, so I'm like 40 years old, and I'm playing with the 2s. And you get these guys that, you mentioned the tight end from Chicago, like they look like a creative player on Madden, like their biceps are like everything looks like, it's like, man, if that dude hits me on a blind side, I could be in trouble. Like, I don't know how good these dudes are that are playing. I don't know if they're great football players, but they give you that remember when Brock Lesnar came back into the NFL and it was like, whoa, what if he does one of those like WWE wrestling moves on me in the, like, that would be bad news, man. That would be bad news. So yeah, there's an element of that. But at the same time, like I would just say, there's some bad bodied dudes that are great football players too. So it takes all shapes and sizes, and that's one of the good things. But a ton of respect for these guys are getting bigger, younger, and faster as they come out of college.
Impressive. Great seeing you, buddy, as always.
Yeah. See you, Colin.